The queens continue to stare at each other until Marshmello breaks the tension and welcomes everyone into the workroom. They all hug and get to know each other.
So of course I was the one to break the ice, sugars, because why are we pretending to have this intense stare-off when we could have an intense mother-off? These queens look great. I'm a little curious to find out who was chopped on their premiere. I'm looking at these queens and I don't think I know any of them. They all have something unique and different about them. Well, except for two queens, they have the same type of drag. But I can assure you there is only one Marshmello.
It was starting to get a little awkward in here, both premiers staring at each other. I didn't know where to look. I was very uncomfortable and very anxious. But Marshmello broke the ice between us. That's her name, right? I'm sure she mentioned her name was Marshmello, and she really broke the tension between everyone, and she's been so welcoming. I can't wait to get to know her. Oh my god, Celia, please don't take it the wrong way. Not get to know her like that, but never mind.
The queens make their way over to the main table. Blacephalon asks the premier one queens what was it like losing Pepe Le Pew. Alice looking to Blacephalon and asked him how did they know Pepe was here and eliminated. Blacephalon chuckled and said he's kind of psychic. Glaceon laughs and said he's actually a fire, ghost type, and that RuPaul told them Pepe was the first one eliminated. They all laugh.
Oh, that Blacephalon, he's very funny. He does make me laugh, even though he doesn't quite remember me from 3 years ago, but I am over that now. But I'm so gagged there are 3 Pokemon queens here, me, Blacephalon, and that bitch at the end who won't stop looking at me. Girl, get a picture, it will last longer than you will in this competition. I'm sorry, but she deserves all the hate coming to her from me. I won't go into it just yet, unless she wants to bring it up in front of everyone.
Oh haha, funny, what a kooky comedy weirdo he is. I have no clue who this clown actually is. Clown is very fitting because I'm looking at a walking freak show. He's giving me John Wayne Gacy vibes and I'm a little scared. But honestly, I'm a little annoyed that Glaceon is here, and she keeps looking in my direction. I wish I could cloud myself in Aquaring right now, so I don't have to look at her ugly mug, which she tries to pass off as sickening. Sickening, yeah, I'm throwing up right now.
Miss Finster tells the premier 2 queens that Pepe was a little weird and wanted her to be his sugar mama. Ivy laughing, said you? A sugar mama? Be serious right now. Miss Finster said she is being serious and to watch her tone with her. Alice nods and said you'll be put in the box otherwise. Ivy confused, said what the fuck is the box? Kazumi laughing, said you don't want to know about the box.
Now I'm curious to what this British queen means, put in the box. She's lucky I don't put her in a box. That's where her drag belongs, boxed up and shipped back to Britain. Go enjoy your tea and crumpets. Honestly, I'm not really impressed with the level of drag in this room from both premieres. The only ones I personally think are sickening are myself, Sectonias, Goldine, and Kazumi. The rest of them pack it up and send them home.
I sense trouble from that girl on the end. You know, the one in the princess costume. I don't like her attitude, and I know she's going to be one of those hooligans that think she can shade a queen like it's nothing. Sweetheart, I would love to put you and Goldine in the box, but I have been warned by producers that I cannot, and that they have confiscated my lucky taser.
Ivy said she don't care about a stupid box. Miss Finster just looked at her. Angie, curious, asks the queens who went home on premiere 2. Abby said it was Sailor Mercury. Kazumi gasped. Abby looking at Kazumi and asks if she's okay. Kazumi said she's fine, she's a little gagged that Sailor Mercury went home first. Alice looking to Kazumi and asked if she knew her. Kazumi tells them she met her in Vegas once when she seen the Sailor Queens at their residency before hers started. Sectonia shocked, and said to Kazumi, you have a Vegas residency? Kazumi smirking and said yes, she was handpicked by the CEO of Caesar's Palace when he came to Japan. Abby smiling, said that's great, and then tells Kazumi she was handpicked by RuPaul off her live stream. The premiere 1 queens all gasp.
While I'm a little surprised that Sailor Mercury was the pork chop of premiere 2, I just know she would have had a lot of potential to go all the way. I've seen her at the Sailor Queen's residency in Las Vegas, before mine officially started. I thought I'd drop a little. I was handpicked by the CEO of Caesar's Palace as a gag for the other queens. I mean, it's true though. But then Abby drops a bigger bombshell on us that RuPaul handpicked her for season 12. I need to know how she did last week, honestly. I know she didn't go home because she's standing in this room. Could you imagine her in the bottom after being handpicked?
Oh, you know, I had to drop the handpicked by RuPaul to the premiere 2 queens. And just as I expected, they all gagged, haha. That Kazumi dropped. Oh, I was hand-selected by the CEO of Caesar's Palace. That's impressive, girl, but not as impressive as I was handpicked by RuPaul. And to make things even better, I know they will also gag that I won the challenge of our premiere. I'm very curious to see who won theirs. If I were to guess, maybe Alice? She's a big name around here, so she would want to make a statement.
Blacephalon asks the Premiere 1 queens who won their premiere. Kazumi, smiling, raises her hand. Ivy said she had a feeling she was one of the tops. Kazumi thanks her and said she's a designer. Angie then asks who was the winner of Premiere 2. Abby raises her hand. Goldine said that's pretty interesting how she was picked by RuPaul and won the premiere. Goldine then laughs and said they should call Celia. Mike tells Goldine to leave her out of this. Goldine, confused, asks why is he so rattled and asks if he's in love with her or something. Mike looking to her and said really? Goldine shrugs and said really what? Mike eye rolls and tells her that Celia is his girlfriend. Goldine bursts out laughing.
So you're telling me that Celia and Mike are together? My god, there is hope for everyone if that thing can get a girlfriend. I'm still looking for love, by the way. If you can handle all this fish, then hit me up, especially now that I am a Ru girl. I'm very famous. But that Abby won the first premiere, interesting. I just want to know who was in the bottom so Angie doesn't feel like such a failure.
Why are some of these queens so rude? It's like they seem the more you are shady and trying to be the villain of the season, the more screen time you will get. I just think it's sad personally they can't be genuine or themselves. They're just trying to be Lola wannabes to be relevant. Oh well, I'm sorry, that's not like me to say that, but that's how much I love Celia.
Glaceon looking over to Goldine and told her to shut up. Goldine laughing and said to her, sweetie, I can see you're so angry. Why is that? Is it because you were in the bottom on your premiere? Glaceon laughs and said no, she's pissed that you're here and she was in the top for her premiere and asks how did she do. Goldine said that's not her concern right now. Miss Finster said she was in the bottom 3, saved from lip syncing. Some of the queens laugh. Goldine looking to Angie and said you're one who definitely shouldn't be laughing, missus, I was lip syncing for my life. Alice looking to Angie and said ignore her and she had such a fantastic lip sync with her reveal. Angie thanks Alice. Goldine laughing said she revealed one ugly bit of her dress to another.
Oh, that's hilarious. She talks all this shit and she was almost lip syncing for her life? Not me, baby. I was in the top. Goldine is a sad loser. She always was and she always will be. She's going home this episode, I can tell already. Seeing her here has actually made me more determined to do well in this competition and make sure I make it further than she does.
I know I shouldn't laugh, but the opportunity was there. Even though Goldine did clock me, but I don't care what she has to say. I really couldn't care about her, but I had my new friend Alice by my side, and with her support and the support of others here, I will bounce back from last week's disaster at the sewing machine. Fingers crossed that the next challenge also doesn't involve a sewing machine because I might cry.
God, Goldine is so annoying and so bitchy for no reason. There's a reason why I don't leave a Lola and deal with the other region girls. We're pretty cool, pretty chill. I mean, we do have Faramosa who thinks she's better than all of us because she got on Drag Race before everyone else in a Lola. Yeah, you got on Drag Race twice and didn't win a crown, unlike Lurantis and Pre-Marina over on Toontown, back-to-back crownings. And I'm good friends with them and I'm just gonna moonwalk my way to the crown, hee hee.
Marshmallow looking to both Glaceon and Goldine and asked what their issue with each other is. Goldine said she don't want to talk about it right now. Marshmallow looks to them both and told them to sort it out, or cut it out, because she's over the dramatics already. Goldine just tuts at Marshmallow, who just looks to her and said she will put her in a box of her own and ship her out of this competition. There's a slight silence from the queens until Abby breaks the tension and said the competition is really starting to heat up. The queens all laugh and Sectonia said it sure is.
Oh, Abby does crack me up. I'm so happy she accepted me as her drag mother. I think she could learn a lot from me. I'm glad they never asked who was in the bottom on our premiere, because well, that was me, and I don't plan on doing that again. I had a little mix up with my sewing machine. I can sew, but not with unconventional materials. Gosh, there's so much tension between the two premieres. I thought I was going to be the only bitch of the season, but no, Ivy and Goldine are taking that from me. But Marshmallow telling Goldine and Glaceon to cut it out. I like that because I know it's gonna go on for this whole competition otherwise, but I am dying to know what the hell happened. Maybe I'll stick with Goldine, she might spill later.
I know those two are going to annoy me. Tell us what the hell happened or shut the fuck up about it. I'm so annoyed though because I want to know the tea. I'm such a gossip, it's annoying me that they won't tell us. But give it time, I know there will be more to come from this probably. But to be honest, double sachet? Fingers crossed, haha.
Hello, hello, hello!
Oh, it's RuPaul. Maybe she's had enough of all the drama in the workroom, haha. But I am so thankful to still see her. I was surprised she didn't send me home as well after that awful performance I did of I Will Survive. I was gagged, I did survive. I promise I won't let you down again.
Finally, my god, I was trying to have a peaceful morning, but it's just one queen coming for another. Goldine's doing. She needs to go home, honestly. I'm ready for this week's challenge. I'm hoping it's an acting challenge, because that's what I'm the most comfortable with. Even a rusical is what I would really love. Just maybe not another design challenge.
My queens, so good to see you all together finally. We may have lost Pepe Le Pew and Sailor Mercury, but the competition is still on. To both Kazumi Mishima and Abby Abominable, you were the winners of the premieres. And Angie and Sectonia, you were the bottoms of the premieres.
Oh, RuPaul, you're so shady. I know she knew I haven't told the queens I was in the bottom of my premiere, and now she's just blurted out I was lip syncing. Whatever, I guess. That's actually really annoyed me, but I won't let that bother me going into this challenge.
Sectonia was in the bottom for her premiere? I'm quite surprised, to be honest. She didn't give me that loser vibe like Angie brings. She needs to step it up or step out the competition. I shouldn't really say that I was almost in her shoes, but I was saved from lip syncing and I won't be in that predicament again.
Now Kazumi and Abby, for winning the premieres, you will both have an advantage for this next challenge.
Oh my, an advantage. What could this next challenge possibly be? Are we deciding an order, choosing teams? It could honestly be anything at this point, but I am ready for whatever comes my way.
Oh, I know these queens are mad that Kazumi and I have an advantage for this challenge. That's what winning the premiere gets you queens to. But I'm curious to find out what our advantage will be. Honestly, it could be anything knowing RuPaul.
For your next challenge, we are busting out the sewing machines again, and a glue gun. You will be designing an outfit from scratch, but this time you will be able to use fabric.
Okay, what is this fucking Project Runway? 3 design challenges in a row? This is reminding me very much of Cartoon Drag Race Season 7. I know Abby and Kazumi better be careful because the 2 winning premiere queens on that season were in the bottom the next episode. But I know I won't be anywhere near the bottom because I did well with the unconventional items last week, but now I got fabric. Just call me the winner of the challenge. And who the fuck used a glue gun on premiere 1? I bet it was that old hag. I don't think sewing machines were invented when she started drag, haha.
Oh god, not again. Luckily I'll have my lucky glue gun and hopefully I won't be anywhere near the bottom. I'm a lot more calm than I was episode 1. But I can't say the same about Angie. I hope she will make it through because I actually like her, and I can see Goldine's face. She is furious. Good luck, sister, haha.
Now I know some of you are absolutely thrilled, but I will also say that the winner of this week's challenge will have their outfit they created worn by our extra special guest judge to the Met Gala. And our extra special guest judge will be the editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine, Cartoon Drag Race alumni, Cruella de Vil.
Oh my god, sugars, could you imagine Cruella de Vil in a custom marshmallow one of a kind? I'm actually nervous they call her the Anna Wintour of cartoon drag, because she's the new editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine. I'm not worried for this challenge though, but I like to use unconventional items. I had to use them when I lived on the streets, but I'll make it work with actual fabric. I just gotta make it couture.
Kazumi and Abby, your advantage for this challenge is simple, you will get additional fabric. Sectonia and Angie, you will also get an advantage, well disadvantage, some would say. You will only be using scraps of fabric, make it work divas.
Oh no, that's not quite fair. Me and Sectonia only get to use scraps? I'm totally freaking out right now, I could cry. But pull yourself together, Angie, we cannot let Lola see you cry, she will be laughing at you right now. I will make it work, diva.
Now I will see you on the main stage, and one more thing. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Oh RuPaul, that was brutal. Poor Angie, her face just dropped. And the same with Sectonia. I know if I got any fabric I'm not using left over, I'll give it to Angie, because that's just not fair. I don't care if I break the rules, send me home, do whatever you want. Why couldn't it have been Goldine? She deserves to be in this situation.
While we are creating an outfit for the biggest name in fashion, that's a lot of pressure. Especially if you are a designer, because Cruella has so much influence in the fashion world, she will kill your career just like that. Many are scared of her, not me of course. If this doesn't go well for me, I'll just moonwalk my way back to a Lola and get my Michael Jackson gig back. but I am ready for this challenge. I was in the top last week and I'm going to make this 2 weeks in the top. Carry on the Pokemon legacy that Cynthia has set for us, every week in the top, baby.
Ivy, Goldine, Abby and Sectonia are all working on their outfits. Goldine annoyed said why is there another design challenge, and she tells the others she don't quite sew because sewing is for ugly people, and she's the most beautiful in this room. Abby says to Goldine she sews. Goldine laughing said she proves her point. Goldine then says she's kidding and that Abby actually looks pretty sickening. Abby thanks Goldine and said she is very stunning. Goldine said obviously. They all laugh. Sectonia annoyed picks up her scraps and said to them, can you believe I get scraps? Goldine said it's not that bad. Sectonia looking towards her showing her the scraps of fabric she has been given, and said to her how is this not that bad? Goldine chuckling said better you than me sister.
I'm just so annoyed because how can I create a gorgeous and stunning outfit for Cruella with just scraps? I'm looking over at these queens and their fabrics. Goldine haven't got a clue what she's doing. Ivy is just whizzing away creating something stunning, and Abby my new drag daughter is sat there clueless on what she's doing. I'm totally fucked in this challenge. Do I learn the lip sync song now?
Now if I were in Sectonia's situation, I would shut up about the scraps and start sewing them together. Production has clearly given you enough scraps to create an outfit. They wouldn't deliberately sabotage you. My god, there's so much she can do with it, but she's sat here panicking, and she's supposed to have all these years of experience. I mean, I could tell her, but I'm not going to. It's a competition, and I don't really know her well. It's been what, 1 week? Get it together, girl.
Ivy looking to Goldine and asks her why hasn't she started her sewing yet? Goldine said she's still thinking right now on what to do, and if any of them want to help her then she would help them with their makeup. Ivy said she doesn't need any help with her makeup. Goldine chuckling, said she disagrees. They both laugh. Goldine said she's actually going to make a gown. Ivy looked to her and said really? Goldine nods. Ivy said that's very ambitious for someone who doesn't know how to sew. They all laugh.
And now we have Goldine, who doesn't know how to sew. Apparently only ugly people know how to sew. Then she should be an expert. Kidding, I actually like this queen, but she should really go for like a mini dress, something she could possibly make safe. But good luck Goldine, you will need it.
Abby looks to Sectonia and said she will be fine. Sectonia still annoyed said how is she going to be fine? Abby tells her she's got some fabric she is not using and she can have it. Sectonia thanks Abby and said she's incredible. Ivy looking to them both, and said is that even allowed? The four of them look at the producers, who say nothing. Sectonia tells Abby she don't want her to get in trouble just in case they aren't allowed to do that. She wouldn't want to risk her position in this competition. She will make it work with what she has. Both Abby and Sectonia hug. Goldine said that was actually really nice of Abby to do. Abby said she couldn't not help her drag mother in her time of need. Goldine shocked, said she's your drag mother? Abby nods and said as of last week. Goldine taken aback, said last week? You met here? Sectonia nodded, and said she's taken Abby under her wing to help her develop her drag. She sees so much potential in her. Goldine nods and said she has a drag mother as well, the best queen to have walked in this competition. Ivy chuckling said Cynthia? Is that why you hate Glaceon? Goldine tuts and said no, not that overrated bitch, and said Misty.
My outfit is coming along pretty great to be honest, and I have no worry about being in the bottom this week. And poor Sectonia, I was about to offer my fabric I wasn't using to her, but then Ivy pointed out that we may not be allowed to do that, but we tried to get confirmation off the producers who just left us basically on red. But I do hope she pulls this off. Even though we haven't been together that long, I've learned so much from her already, and I am proud of my drag mother.
Abby, looking to Goldine and said speaking of hating on Glaceon, why do you both not get along? Goldine said it's a lot to go into, but she will give them the short story. Ivy stops her sewing and said she needs to hear this. Goldine laughs. Goldine then tells the queens that Glaceon stole her gig, and then Goldine turned up the next day and Glaceon got her kicked out, but Goldine wasn't going anywhere then. Glaceon tackled her to the ground. The queens gasped. Goldine nods and said it was awful. She was at the Pokemon Center recovering for days. Sectonia said that was wild, and no wonder she hates her. Goldine nods. Ivy said that was worth stopping her sewing and said they need to get to work on their outfits. They all agree and continue with their outfits.
I may have told a little lie to these queens. No, Glaceon did not tackle me to the ground. I just said that to make her look bad, but she did steal my gig, and I wasn't moving at all after being told to leave. She was in my face, in my mug, so I gave her a water pulse and I left on my own accord, well, basically dragged out by Misty. but all I'm seeing is her watching me from that other table. She's lucky I don't water pulse her again.
Blacephalon, Mike and Glaceon are working on their outfits. Mike asks them both what do they think of the Premier 1 queens. Blacephalon said he thinks they're all pretty cool, minus Goldine. Mike agrees and said he actually don't like her. Glaceon agreed, and said everyone on the first premiere seemed like lovely queens, except for Goldine. Blacephalon said to Glaceon even Marshmallow? Glaceon chuckles and said yes, even after being told off by Marshmallow she's still a lovely queen. They all laugh.
I have no issue with Marshmallow at all. I felt like I was at the principal's office being told off, She's probably just had enough of Goldine, and I don't blame her. She had to put up with her all last week and I know what that's like. But another design challenge, I have no clue what I'm going to create for Cruella to wear to the Met Gala. I need to think of my concept and I need to think of it quickly.
Blacephalon looking to Mike and asks him does he know what he's creating right now. Mike said he's not quite sure, but he doesn't want to end up like last week, where he left it to the last minute where a concept finally jumped into his mind. Glaceon looks to Mike and tells him to close his eye and to focus and a thought will come into his head. As soon as Mike does, there's a loud laugh coming from Goldine. Glaceon shakes her head and shouts over to Goldine to shut up. Goldine shouts back telling her to shut up. Blacephalon chuckling, asked Glaceon what the hell happened with the two of them.
I'm so curious to find out what the drama is with these two. This is why I like to work alone in Alola. The Pokemon queens are just drama-filled. I like it to be just me and my Michael Jackson gig. I'm not a full-time Michael Jackson impersonator. I also do very conceptual shows as well, which I will bring to my outfit, and my outfit is coming along really well. I love it and I know RuPaul will love it as well.
I'm just trying to sit back, close my eye, trying to think of this concept, when all of a sudden, I hear this agitating, grating voice, laughing. I had a thought in my head and poof, it's gone. But I know an idea will come to my head eventually, and then I'll rush and make this outfit and I will be safe once again. I know I'm not gonna win this challenge, I'm aiming for safe.
Glaceon said she don't have the time to go into it right now. Mike chuckling, said you can't multitask? Glaceon annoyed said no she can't. Then said she will tell them. Blacephalon tells her not to risk her time. Glaceon said it's fine, she's a great designer. Mike nodded and said especially after seeing last week's runway. Glaceon thanks Mike. Then Glaceon tells them both what really happened. Glaceon tells them that Goldine was 2 hours late to her gig, so Glaceon stepped in for her, then Goldine eventually turned up wasted. They both gasped. Glaceon then tells them she tried coming on the stage, but the bar owner told her to leave, she was not budging. Blacephalon asked what happened next. Glaceon said she approached her and told her to get out the fucking club, then Goldine water pulsed her and got thrown out of the club.
Oh my god, that's crazy. No wonder she got a stank attitude on her. That Goldine is bad news. She's been talking a lot of game from the moment both premieres merged together. And now I'm curious to see if she can back it up in this challenge. And from what I'm overseeing from across the room, her outfit is atrocious.
It's actually great to tell Blacephalon and Mike what actually went on with Goldine. I know she's over there telling those queens her made-up story. She's probably saying something like I hit her. I should have really. It's actually so good speaking with Blacephalon right now actually. I guess it's making up for the fact he didn't recognize me from 3 years ago, I'm over that now. Do I mention it? Nah, I'll let it go for now. I need to actually get a move on with my outfit. Time is running out and I haven't made much progress.
Mike said to Glaceon, did you hit her? Glaceon chuckling said no, but she wished she would've. Blacephalon chuckles and said violence is never the answer. Glaceon puzzled said it's what we Pokemon queens do, we fight. Blacephalon laughing said that's true, and then he says he loves putting on his fireworks show instead. Glaceon still puzzled said she needs to get a move on with her outfit. Mike agreed. Blacephalon nods and they all continue with their outfits.
Finally I got a concept in my head and here I am again rushing to get this outfit done. Like I said, I know I'm not going to win tonight, so I'm just aiming for safe.
Alice, Angie, Miss Finster, Marshmallow and Kazumi are all talking about the premiere 2 queens. Marshmallow asks them is there any of them they didn't like? Finster chuckling said they probably know which one she don't like. Alice agreed and said she's not quite fond of her either. Angie nods and said it is Ivy they're talking about, right? They all laugh.
Oh yes, I do not like that Ivy girl at all. Absolute hooligan. Abby seems a lovely girl. Sectonia, don't care for her. Glacian, again don't care for her. Mike seems like a funny queen, I'll like him. And Blacephalon is a little weird for my liking, but seems nice. And I can't believe production really gave Angie scraps. That's so shady of them. I won't let her use them. If I got some fabric left over, she will have it. I know the others will also help out. We are a pretty solid unit right now.
Marshmello looking to Kazumi and asks her what does she think about Abby being hand-selected by RuPaul. Kazumi said good for her and she hopes she can exceed RuPaul's standards. Marshmello nodded and said the last person RuPaul hand-selected was Kronk, and well, he didn't do that good on either season. Alice chuckling said he made top 5 on season 8. Finster said she doesn't know how. They all laugh.
It's no shade to you, Kronk Sugar, we love you. But Kazumi is right, this Abby girl got a lot of pressure on her shoulders, especially considering she said she was handpicked by RuPaul. We don't know, she could be lying, but I believe her. At least she won a challenge. My outfit is coming along great, to be honest. I was a little unsure because I'm not used to working with actual fabrics, but it's going really well for me. I hope I can continue my place in the top this week.
Angie picks up her scraps and starts crying. Alice comforts her and said is there anything she can do to help her? Angie said there's nothing they can do, this is what she was given. Angie then says this is a worse situation than her outfit falling apart last week. Finster said nothing is worse than that, sweetheart. They all laugh.
I'm quite thankful I got my little support system here with Alice and Miss Finster. They want to help me, but I just don't know if they can right now. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I didn't go to school for nothing, you know. I'm going to sew all these scraps together to make a complete unit of fabric, then make it work. All I needed was that little moment of laughter with the queens to take my mind off this shit show, and it worked. Now let's get this sewing done.
Poor Angie. I think I would have a breakdown if I were in her situation, having all these scraps, and with me being a glue gun girl, I probably would have been lip-syncing tonight. But funny enough, my outfit is coming along quite well, and I've met Cruella once. She came to Wonderland to visit Queen of Hearts, and I happened to be there painting some roses red. Don't ask why I was doing that. And I had a great chat with Cruella. She is the fashion queen, and I hope she likes my outfit so she can wear it to the Met Gala.
Finster looking to Angie and said does she want any fabric she's not using? Angie thanks Finster and said she will be fine. A thought just came into her head. Finster said are you sure? Angie nods and thanks her once again. Kazumi asks Finster if she could use the fabric she's not using. Finster confused looked at Kazumi and said didn't you get extra fabric? Kazumi chuckled, and said yes she did, but she's going for something extravagant and very avant-garde. She just needs a little bit more fabric to pull it off, and Finster has that incredible fur fabric. Finster said that's fine and hands over her fabric she's not using to Kazumi. She thanks her.
Oh wow, I wasn't expecting Finster to hand me that amazing fur fabric. Why would she not use that? Does she not know Cruella loves fur? Me personally, I am against using fur, but to win this challenge I have to go against my morals and actually use this fur. I'm sorry to this poor animal that died for this. If I don't win this challenge I'll be heartbroken for this poor thing.
I think Miss Finster just made a huge mistake giving Kazumi that fur fabric. It just goes so well with what Finster is creating. Why would she give away such a crucial part of her outfit? I hope this doesn't come back to bite her on the ass, because I actually really like her. We have done shows together in the past, and it would be a shame to see such an icon go home so early because of this.
Marshmello asks everyone are they doing okay and do they need any help at all? All of the queens say they're good. Marshmello looks to Angie and said are you sure? Angie nods and thanks Marshmello for her offer. Marshmello said no problem, she wouldn't want any of them going home, she really likes them all. Miss Finster suggests a group hug? They all stop what they're doing and have a group hug and then continues working on their outfits. Ivy, Kazumi, Mishima, Alice, Blacephalon, slayed the challenge.
Now I told you what I could do with actual fabric and not some shitty unconventional materials. I know my outfit looks good. I mean, it doesn't actually look good, it looks incredible. I know these judges are gooped and gagged. I personally think this is the best outfit that has ever walked the runway in this history of cartoon drag race, even including those international franchises. They got nothing on me, sweethearts.
I am so incredibly proud of my outfit I have made. The fur was just the cherry on top of the cake. Thank you, Miss Finster. I know I won't be falling into the Season 7 curse, where the winners of the premieres would then be in the bottom on the next design challenge. This will be tough because Ivy's look stunning. Alice, I'm so surprised she pulled off something so gorgeous with a glue gun. She's showing everyone to not underestimate the power of a glue gun. And Blacephalon's is very unique, but in a good way. His drag intrigues me a lot. I really like it.
Abby Abominable, Miss Finster and Marshmello had a great performance.
Yeah, I'm very happy with my outfit I created. I probably could have done better, but I was just worried for Sectonia, to be honest. I've known her only a week, but it feels like I've known her my whole life. I don't know a lot of queens, because of my lack of experience, but I've learned so much from Sectonia already.
Even though I don't necessarily work with actual fabrics when creating my looks at home, I still did pretty well. I'm actually proud of my outfit. Looking at it right now, I don't see it being the winning outfit, but I could still be in the top. I just know this isn't a bottom-worthy look. There's plenty of others that are bottom-worthy, let's just say that.
Angie and Mike had a good performance.
Well, I did it. I'm actually proud of myself. I made an outfit with the scraps of fabric, and after sewing them all together I then altered it, and it looked good. I don't even care about winning tonight, I just wanted to create something presentable and to be safe. That's all I want, and then I can move on to next week where there won't be any more design challenges, please.
My outfit is very unique, very different. It's something I've not done before, and the judges will like it. I hope so anyway. I do think I'm safe tonight, and I can't wait for my cocktail in Untucked.
Goldine, Sectonia and Glaceon had a bad performance.
I'm so disappointed in myself, because I'm potentially in the bottom again 2 weeks in a row, my first 2 weeks in being in this competition. This is not me, I am not a failure, it should be someone like Mike, or Blacephalon in the bottom. I'm sick of these kooky comedy queens getting a pass, just because they're weirdos. I better learn this lip sync, I'm about to show what I can do.
I'm so pissed right now. I could not focus on this outfit, because I was giving the tea about me and Goldine to Mike and Blacephalon, and then I could just feel Goldine's presence. She wasn't next to me or anything, but she was across the room just staring at me with her stank face. At one point we were having some sort of stare-off, and of course I won. I'll always win over Goldine. I am going to learn these words just in case.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Season 12. Let me introduce to you our judging panel this week. Up first, she is fashion icon and Season 8 champion, she is Musa. Up next, she is the powerhouse of Cartoon Drag Race, our Season 11 champion, she is Cynthia. And up next, our extra special guest judge, she's known as the Anna Wintour of Cartoon Drag, the editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine, Cartoon Drag Race alumni, she is Cruella de Vil. Welcome, darlings. This week we challenged our queens to another design challenge where they will be making an outfit for Cruella to wear on the red carpet at the Met Gala. Now racers, start your engines and may the best drag queen win. Now let the judging commence. Ivy, congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge.
Well, I said I would win this challenge and I did. I should have won last week as well, all tea all shade. But I am very happy that my outfit will be worn on the most fashionable woman in the world, and on the red carpet at the Met Gala. Thank you, Cruella, I love you so much.
Kazumi, Mishima, Alice and Blacephalon. Great work this week, you are all safe.
Well, we can't win them all, haha. I am so thankful to be in the top. Thank you so much. It could have been either one of us, but I did actually like Ivy's outfit, she deserved this. I think she's going to be one to watch.
Wow, I am grateful to be in the top again on a design challenge using a hot glue gun. This is for all the queens who are not great with a sewing machine. This proves you don't need it. All you need is a hot glue gun and a dream. Thank you, RuPaul, very thankful to be in the top again.
Thank you so much. I'm hearing rumors that I'm now known as the Cynthia of Season 12, haha. I'm kidding, Cynthia won the first challenge, I did not. But I'm grateful that my art is being appreciated. I would have loved to have this outfit on the red carpet, but I do think it may be a little exaggerated and a little out there for someone like Cruella to wear. But I still got that nod from her, thank you.
Goldine, Glaceon and Queen Sectonia, you are the bottom queens. Glaceon, you are safe.
Oh my god, that was so scary. I'm so thankful to be safe. I feel like such a fool for letting Goldine get to me. I'm standing here in the bottom looking at one of my drag mothers on the judging panel. Damn, I thought I was going to get special treatment here, but RuPaul, I promise I will do better next week. This isn't my time to go home.
Goldine and Queen Sectonia, you are both up for elimination.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your life.
Okay, it's me and my best friend in the entire world lip syncing against each other. I'm totally kidding. I don't know this queen. I don't really care for this queen. 2 weeks lip syncing for her life. How embarrassing. I'm about to wipe the floor with her. I'll take good care of your new drag daughter.
I can't believe this is happening. I blame those scraps. I don't know how Angie pulled off such a look with the same scraps. I believe she was given extra fabric all shade. But I've learned the words. I know what I'm going to do for this lip sync. I just hope I can pull it off.
The lip sync song is Where Have You Been by Rihanna. Queen Sectonia tripped over and had a good lip sync. Goldine had a bad lip sync.
Ladies, I've made my decision.
Goldine.
Shantae, you stay.
Queen Sectonia.
Now, sashay away.
Thank you for this opportunity, and I am sorry I let you down. Abby, I will be cheering for you from the sidelines. Snatch this crown, daughter.
This is Untucked.
The queens unwind and untuck backstage. They congratulate Ivy on her win and then they congratulate Goldine for staying. They thank them. Marshmello looking to Goldine and said, "You talked all that crap for that trash lip sync." Goldine, taken aback, told Marshmello she don't want to get into it with her. Marshmello laughing said, "Sweetie, you don't want to get into it with her." Goldine tells her whatever and she should really fix her mug before talking to her. Marshmello laughs and said she will fix her mug when she fixes her attitude. Ivy tells the queens thanks by the way. Alice, confused, said for what? Ivy said for winning the challenge? Angie tells her they already congratulated her, didn't they? Finster nods and said yes they did and she ain't getting another. Ivy shakes her head and said, "Just because I did better than you're jealous." Finster just laughs to herself. Ivy said, "What happened to that fur fabric you had? Maybe if you used it you would have been in the top." Finster said she didn't want it so she gave it to Kazumi. Ivy said why would she give it to Kazumi, she had extra fabric. Kazumi said it was for the collar she wanted to do. Ivy, smirking, said well it didn't get you the win did it, and walks off. Goldine and Abby follow her. Kazumi said she got a feeling she's not gonna get along with Ivy. Alice agreed and said she and Goldine are going to be a nightmare and they can't believe Goldine survived that lip sync, she was terrible. Glaceon told them it's probably because production want more drama from the two of them. Blacephalon laughs and said most likely and she's very lucky Sectonia tripped. Mike nods and asks the queens, "Do you think Sectonia tripped on purpose?" Angie said maybe she did look defeated when she was given the scraps. Blacephalon said to Angie, "You had the same scraps and you made it work." Angie thanks Blacephalon and told the queens, Sectonia probably didn't have the support she needed from those bitches. They all laugh. Mike said not too much on Abby now, he knows her dad. The queens gasp and said really? Mike nods and said they shared a snow cone once and they've been friends since. Blacephalon said that's great, now she will have a new drag mother. Mike laughs and said no, he's not adopting anytime soon. Marshmello laughing, said the only one who should get a congrats around here is Courtney. They all laugh once more and congratulate Courtney. Abby is upset over Sectonia's elimination. Goldine said she's sorry for sending home her drag mother, but she had to do what she had to do. Abby said you hardly sent her home, to be honest, you're lucky she tripped. Goldine laughing said, am I lucky she tripped or is she too stupid to see the water on the stage after she used a water gun? Ivy looked to Goldine and said she's crazy and laughed. Goldine said crazy or determined? Ivy said crazy. Goldine said Ivy is lucky she's not one of those ugly queens. Ivy looking to Abby and tells her they got her back and she needs to keep her head up. That's what Sectonia would have wanted, she's Team Abby. Abby tells her she's right and she will win this for her. Goldine said that's a wild statement for someone you've only known a week. They all laugh and bond.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.